I'm Bernadette Doolan, and I'm an artist living in Wexford. It's kind of hard to answer, why do I paint? If I don't paint, I see everything in paint. I don't think I make the decision to go and paint, like I'm going to go and paint at 10 o'clock today. I just find myself there. For me, it's about showing up. Go in and tidy the table off, clean the palette down. Because I know within like 20 minutes, I'm going to have a piece of wood in front of me or a canvas and I'm going to be painting something. But that showing up could be that I might stand in front of an empty canvas for like a long time. And then once I make that first mark, then it just happens. And I just go with it. So the slight variations in the paint or the way the ink moves or the pencil mark, that dictates then what happens next. I remember years ago people saying to me, are they you? Do you paint you? And I was like, no, I don't paint. Do they look like me? I don't paint me. Okay, this won't bear me. But I never realised that actually, of course they are me. They're elements of me. They don't look like me, but they're about me as a person, which I also feel it's about everybody else as well. It's like that universal thing that we all are underneath what you see, that we're resilient, we're vulnerable, we're strong, we're weak, and we can't have one without the other. Like, how do you know vulnerability if you don't know strength? And yeah, I suppose it is about me, but ultimately a universal me. If somebody can relate to the work, and if they say to me like, it shows my insecurities, or I'm like, wow, isn't that amazing that something that I've picked up a paintbrush and just intuitively gone and painted, that the other person who I don't even know can actually connect with that and nearly tell me about that painting, because to them it's about them, and that's my job done. That's the essence of my work, is about the human condition of that tension between vulnerability and strength. If I can just use that as nearly a gateway to create something, that's ultimately what I want. Not that I want to depict sadness, it's not that at all. It's more vulnerable about, your guard is down then. And I think when your guard's down and you're vulnerable, maybe your true self is there, but that's the strength of us as well. I think even just the idea of it's okay to be vulnerable. It's even better than okay, it's bloody brilliant, Why is it brilliant? Because it actually shows that we're human. You don't have to be shown to be strong all the time. The end result, I hope that the paintings depict that, where there is the vulnerability, but that you see the strength as well. I mean, I wouldn't have painted faces because I was like, I can't paint a face, because, I wasn't taught how to. But I was watching Grey's Anatomy one night and there was an actress in it, I think she was Vietnamese, and I used to be always amazed that her expressions were so minimal. She'd be going through turmoil, but her eyes would just tell it all. Through then I think it wasn't even a case, even now, I don't even think it's about the face, it's about the eyes. They just happen to be in a face. Because that one little stroke or that one little bit of crimson in the eye socket turns it from being someone about to bawl crying, or actually she's just bit her lip because she's going to get back up again and she's got this. For some reason they always tend to be over on the right hand side of the canvas. I don't plan that, and I realised recently that when I stand in front of the canvas, I stand over on the right hand side, and it's like as if nearly I'm kind of getting out of the way and I'm leaving space. That empty space is just as valuable as, if not more, as the painting part of the painting. But I think that's the part then that draws you in, that allows you to become part of the painting, allows the viewer to add their layer. I think the kid in me shows up sometimes and just go for it, do it. Like submitting to the big shows. I think she goes, sure, a bit like when you're in school. Mine, here's mine. You don't. Whereas the adult in me would be like, oh God, no, there's lots more who are better than me or whatever. But I think I allow the kid to show up more, because children tend to be resilient. They'll fall down, they'll get back up again, and they'll fall down, they'll get back up again. Whereas we'll go, oh, better not try that again because it didn't work the last time. So for me, it's about remembering as an adult that I'm an expert at being a kid. I'm still learning to be an adult, and to be able to tap back into that kid that falls down and gets back up and tries again. I don't class myself as a portrait artist. And I was wandering around the studio as I do, getting nothing done but going from one wall to the next wall and music on. And then I thought, what would a real artist do now? Well, they'd probably do a self-portrait. But I couldn't do that. I don't do self-portraits. But you have a go. Okay, just do one. And I sketched it in. And it was the weirdest thing. As it was evolving, it was like, geez, I can do this. This actually looks like me. And it was a bit freaky. It was kind of like having to keep standing back on. Oh, I don't know about this. But then it was also exciting because I was like, oh God, maybe I am a real artist. I gave myself a black eye in the painting. And I was thinking, why am I doing this? And I actually titled it Self-Portrait, Self-Sabotage, because I actually realised that that's what we tend to do as artists. We can sabotage things before we even start if we listen to the chatter. And I realised that if I had have actually listened to the voice and said, no, I don't paint portraits, I would never have gone there. And then there happened to be a call for self-portraits exhibition in London, and I submitted and I went. And I got shortlisted, and that was the Ruth Borchard one. And I kind of thought, wow, so here I am now. I don't paint portraits, but I got out of the way and I had to go. And it was the weirdest thing, painting myself. But in a way, it was probably the best thing as well, because it meant that I proved it, well, not to anyone else, but it proved it to me that I could do it. I'd like to think that I'm always pushing myself, but push myself for myself. I'm not pushing to fit in anywhere or to be thought of or accepted in anywhere. I just do what I do. Well, that's good enough. If it has a place somewhere, well, that's good enough. Because I'm not going to stop doing what I do. Just try me. I'll always do it. If I never sold one painting again, makes no difference. I'm not going to pack this up and turn it into a reading room. This is me.